Scientists believe that Africa, yes, the continent, may be splitting apart.
When I saw this guy's TikTok, I was a little shocked. How could Africa be splitting apart? Let's begin by asking two questions. First, what exactly does this TikToker mean when he says that Africa is splitting apart? Second, is this really happening at all? Time to find out, is this legit? Hey guys, it's Isaac, and welcome back to Is This Legit? A series brought to you by MediaWise and PBS Student Reporting Labs, where we fact-check viral misinformation and teach you ways that you can do it on your own. This guy's post, which has more than 2 million likes, really grabs your attention. And whenever a social media post brings out a strong emotion like anger or laughter, or in this case, disbelief, it's always best to stop and check it out before sharing. It's also always good to start by answering the question, who's behind the information, using a technique called lateral reading. Basically, we want to open up a bunch of tabs and search for more about Dylan Page. There really isn't a whole lot of info beyond his TikTok, saying he's a video creator. He claims to be the #1 news account on TikTok, but according to searches for Dylan Page journalist or Dylan Page news outlet, he's not a reporter or associated with any newspaper. So if you've watched our videos before, you can likely guess that the next step here will be to start with a keyword search about the topic. I searched for the phrase Africa splitting apart. The top results are from websites I didn't recognize, so I practiced a media literacy tip called Click Restraint and scrolled further down. Fact checkers can go through several pages of search engine results to find the information they need. This helps you avoid ads, which are usually at the top and are often sketchy sources. A little ways down the page, I saw a bunch of images like these purporting to be evidence of Africa splitting in two. Photos like these should never be taken alone as evidence of an event or phenomenon. The images come directly from the internet, and at this point we know seeing isn't always believing online. If you click on an image though, you're able to see where it comes from. The first image I found linked to USA Today's story. USA Today says that geologists have known for a while that the African continent could split into two separate parts. When these photos first came out in 2018 showing a large crack in the ground in southwestern Kenya, people began worrying about how quickly Africa might split. But the article says that while tectonic plates splitting apart are a sign of the continent shifting, the change will take millions of years. So in other words, the continent of Africa is moving apart, but extremely slowly. USA Today even includes a map that shows what Africa will look like when it splits apart. For good measure, I decided to check what other sources were saying. This NBC story says that not everyone agrees on what is causing the split. One possibility is that a huge plume of superheated rocks beneath East Africa could be driving it. NBC also explained that evidence of the split comes from a 35-mile long split in the Ethiopian desert. Then I looked at one more source, an article from The Guardian by Stephen Hicks, known on Twitter as SeismoSteve. It's always important to figure out who is behind the information. So I checked out his Twitter bio, which says that he is a seismologist in the Earth Sciences Department of University College, London. And Hicks has a different perspective. He says that while Africa is indeed splitting apart, not all the photos we see in these news articles are evidence of the tectonic shifts. Some of the photos that are usually shown as evidence of the continent splitting apart may just be evidence of heavy amounts of rain and erosion. Now to our rating. We rate this claim as mostly legit, as there is clear evidence that Africa is indeed splitting apart, though very, very slowly. Some of the photos you see about this online, though, may not really be related to the shift, and instead may be the result of erosion. It's important to remember that when you come across claims like these, to fact check using reliable sources and not just TikTok videos with content that can be potentially false. Well, I think that just about covers it. Remember to tag any misinformation you may come across with the hashtag IsThisLegit. Thanks for watching.
Don't compromise, be media wise.